God damn it. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the continuation of World Team League Day Qualifier number 1, day number 2. There's only one qualifier, and we are here with our second series of the night. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by my lovely co-caster, the casting jersey herself. Welcome, Gosu.
Hello there. It is me, and I'm definitely not making social media posts again. But, oh my god, I just saw the name.
Huh?
We have apparently accessed the domain of an elder being on neo-humanity. We are looking at the base of a blue Zerg, who is also an elden lord, known as MeomaikA.
Beautiful. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have representing Team ABYDOS, the South Korean Terran. It is Cure.
Do you think MeomaikA is playing Elden Ring?
I think so. Aye. So yes, we are here with our second and final series. This is of course a qualifying match for the Code A of WTL, and we've got some players here that are near and dear to our hearts. Of course, we have a pretty soft spot here for MeomaikA, but I think he drew the short end of the stick here to be going up against arguably the ace player of ABYDOS.
I mean, ABYDOS is a strong team in general, because for those who were not there to see it, this is basically Team NV, but under a new name. As again, we don't know if this is like a rebrand of Team NV or if someone bought over the team or something, but this is basically Team NV in its new version. And yeah, Cure is definitely they're probably their best player at the moment, so we'll see what Mio can do. I mean, we know that Mio can surprise a lot of people.
He definitely can. He definitely can. I'm really curious to see how this is all going to turn out. I did ask Nightmare earlier today because I was casting ESL Open Cup Americas, and Nightmare did confirm that ABYDOS is a new team. I was like, "Oh, is this the new Club NB or what's going on?" He's like, "No, new team." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I don't know if that means that they rebranded or they got a new sponsor. We don't know the details. But yeah,
because it's like the entire team moved there, so it's not like they hired a few people. Like the entire team went there.
Yeah, they did, and it's really cool to see potentially a new sponsor interested in supporting StarCraft and supporting the Korean scene. And we have quite a lot of big names here. Of course, we are going to be starting with Cure versus MeomaikA, and Cure is going to be a bit of a titan to overcome. MeomaikA can go toe-to-toe with these Korean players. He has done so in the past against players like Bunny, against players like Spirit, but Cure has been pretty hot stuff recently.
Speaking of teams and MeomaikA, did you see the meme he posted?
Yes. Wait, which one?
The Club NV meme.
Yeah.
ABYDOS and NV.
Yep.
Even WTL retweeted that.
It was a pretty good meme. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get too much into that because Cure is opening up with a pretty aggressive opener. He does open up with a 1-1-1, no third CC, so going to be prioritizing those Hellions, is going straight into that Banshee as well.
Yeah, Cloak Banshee on the way. I mean, we do have a lair from Mio, so he may be able to get some overseas. Ooh, a nice run by as well. He's actually able to chase off these SCVs for quite a while, but the Hellions are already there.
Yeah, he does at least confirm the Hellions. He hasn't gone into the main base with his Overlord yet, so he knows about the 1-1-1 opener, but he doesn't know how committed this is going to be, and he also doesn't know how economic Cure is going to be, because he doesn't quite confirm exactly the order of the production. MeomaikA going for a fast lair, though. This is very out of the norm. This is very early. Are you feeling fast Hydras?
I mean, it is MeomaikA.
It is MeomaikA.
But no.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we have Aspire instead, so I guess we will be going Mutas then, which, I mean, is not the worst choice going against Hellions, and and Banshees, but the problem is the Hellions are already here.
Yeah, we essentially have a 2-base Spire setup or 2-base Muta setup. The Spire is on the way. Before that happens, Hellions are going to be rushing across the map with the support of those Banshees. We do have a couple of Queens and even a Spine Crawler in position, so MeomaikA should be okay. Oh, but he just runs past.
Yeah, the Hellions just ran in, but they are focusing on the Zerglings, so there are no losses in drones yet, and now there are only 3 Hellions, so MeomaikA should be able to save his drone count.
Oh yeah, very nice reaction from MeomaikA. He does save his drones in the end, and he doesn't take economic losses, but the Hellions did scout that Spire.
Yeah, definitely. The natural might have not been the ideal place to put it, but at the same time, the Banshee would probably see it sooner or later anyway. But I wonder what Mio is going for, because he's going for Carapace for now.
Yeah, he's investing in Carapace. What's interesting is that he is investing his gas in other places other than just banking them up for the mutas. Even now, he's droning right now. He's not making any mutas despite the Spire being done.
Yeah, he's just focusing on upgrades for now, and now come these Banshees. There are Spores here, so they shouldn't do too much damage, but they will still be annoying on the edges of the bases.
Oh! Yeah, we do see MeomaikA just pushing on forward here. Is doing a lot of damage to those Banshees, but 5 drones go down. Meanwhile, do have a third CC behind this. Cure is transitioning into the mid-game. Stim is already finishing up with a 4-rack setup, 5 even. But yeah, it was just really odd to see a prioritization of the Spire, but delayed mutas from Mio.
Yeah, definitely some interesting timings in the tech. But the mutas are coming out in the end, and they will be upgraded soon as well. So we will see what they can do on the other side of the map. I mean, we have a lot of Marines. We have some turrets already placed because Cure did scout that Spire. But yeah, we'll see if they can get something done.
Yeah, I imagine because the Spire got scouted, MeomaikA opted not to make any mutas because he knows that Cure would be ready for them, so he just delays them a little bit. He focuses on droning instead, and he has mutas from map control, but I don't know if he's going to really find too much damage here. He has to be very careful with his mutas.
Yeah, there are a lot of Marines, there are Widow Mines as well, so these mutas are in great danger, but I mean, they're just trying to get any damage they can, but it just doesn't look like there are any openings.
Yeah, for the time being, there's no way in. The Widow Mines are already set up here, so MeomaikA has to be very careful. Doesn't take a Widow Mine shot to the face. He's going to be able to find at least a couple of SCVs.
Yeah, a few of them building the wall were sniped, but it's just 2 SCVs for all these mutas, and the Overseer falls down as well.
Yeah, that is going to supply MeomaikA a little bit here as he is reinforcing with Lings. They're rushing across the map. They already have +1 Carapace. The Banshees are being caught out as well, but no, there's no detection.
Yeah, I mean, the Overseer was sniped and a new one has not arrived yet, and now these Marines should be able to deal with this army. There are no Banelings here yet.
Oh, there are no Banelings. It looked like MeomaikA wanted to try and catch Cure unawares with his army, with his +1 Carapace timing, with +1 air attack as well, but it just wasn't meant to be. And MeomaikA is falling behind a little bit when it comes to the economy. He hasn't really been focusing on droning up. He makes 20 more Lings.
Yeah, just Lings, and I mean, the Baneling speed is still on the way, so MeomaikA doesn't really want to make Banelings because of how slow they would be. So he's just trying to find some damage. He's sniping a Widow Mine, which is definitely nice, but these mutas can't really get anything done.
Yeah, they're having a hard time finding any economic damage here. They do pick up a couple of units here and there, sure, but they want a little bit more than that. Cure is doing a great job at just fending them off. We do see 2-2 finishing up for him. He's going to hit a very strong timing with those upgrades. Meanwhile, the mutas are going to try and slow this down, but against Marines, that's just not going to work.
Yeah, now the Banelings are being more. The speed is about to finish, so that will definitely help MeomaikA here as well as all the creep around. But I think Cure is more careful than that.
Yeah, he's going to back off for the time being. He starts a 4th CC. We've got Drilling Claws on the way. And again, I don't think Cure wants to commit before 2-2. You know, it's still on the way. He doesn't want to overextend and hit an anti-timing. As MeomaikA is, yeah, still not even finding any time to drone. He's still just focusing on just nothing but army.
Yeah, and I mean, MeomaikA's army is pretty big. That is a thing. Like this army is getting big, but it's also like very squishy army. So with the Widow Mines, with the Marines, it may just die quite easily. As these Banshees are actually uncontested, and they are gonna get a lot of damage.
Yeah, the mutas are not turning around right now, and oh god, they do get a Widow Mine for their troubles, but we do see a couple of mutas getting picked off. These Banshees are still going crazy in the main base, and here we go. MeomaikA is looking to just roll on in.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does with all of this Ling Bane. He's actually demolishing this army on the front.
Yeah?
But Cure is backing up, and with the Sim City, we'll see if he can hold this.
He takes down the majority of the army, but there's still plenty more Marines where that came from. We are out of Banelings. We do have some connections here at the third base, and 17 SCVs go down.
Yeah, a lot of the Marines as well, and more SCVs are gonna be falling as they're just trying to escape with their lives. But the thing is, was that worth it? As Mio literally lost a lair.
The lair goes down. I mean, MeomaikA as a player, he doesn't make a lot of queens, period, and he's being punished for that for not having any defensive anti-air. And now Kyr's going for a counterattack. MeomaikA did do a lot of damage. I do have to give him credit there, but he doesn't have a lot of longevity in this game because of his reduced economy, especially after he lost the base.
Yeah, like it was a great attack, and I mean it definitely like MeomaikA did a lot with that attack. But the thing is, how many more times can he do this? Because like there's not much to back him up there.
Yeah, the problem is that timing was basically meant to be a kill move. He had to end the game then and there, and now I don't think that's going to be the case. We do see the stutter step is just too good here from Cure.
There were a few connections with the Banelings, but it's probably not enough. With the splitting of the Marines, this should be enough to hold this army of Mio, and I mean, yeah, GG is called.
GG gets called. Cure taking a bit of a defensive position that game, just waiting for MeomaikA to push into him, and his trades were just a little bit too good. And those Banshees were kind of the MVPs there. They kind of sealed MeomaikA's fate when they did go in and they forced MeomaikA all in.
Yeah. Definitely looked like a bit of trouble when the Banshees were just able to completely kill the entire base without any defense there. Like later on, Mio sent the Mutas there, but that was like too late already.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So Cure is going to be able to take the first game, but that was merely the first game. We are going to be getting into game number 2, and this is going to be MeomaikA's map pick.
Yes, indeed. And I just hope the mic does not pick up people cutting hedges in front of my window.
We don't
Exactly
hear any
today, exactly at this hour. No other hour, just exactly when you start casting. That's when they do it.
Okay, we don't hear any of it, so it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, again, Cure is the strongest player currently in the lineup of ABYDOS, and yeah, MeomaikA has a bit of a titan to overcome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, it was not a bad game, definitely. Like he had some nice moves there. Like as he said, the attack looked good. It's just that it was supposed to be like a kill move, and it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It just was not. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to figure out the map order as well.
No.
Just asking the admins to confirm if we're alternating, like game 1 Taiwan, game 2 Korea, or if it's all meant to be Taiwan. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Okay, no, yeah.
It was.
Alright. So we are going to be getting into our next game, and yeah, it looks like MeomaikA has chosen Ancient Cistern as his map of choice.
Okay. So, Ancient Cistern it is. Okay.
Let's go. So, yeah, MeomaikA, it's pretty interesting. He's actually opting to go for a bit of a larger map instead.
Yeah, I guess it does make some sense, especially with Mio. And I mean, like, to be fair, Q was not like overly aggressive either in this game, so I don't know how this one is gonna go.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to give MeomaikA a little bit more breathing room to do what he wants. And I think that he was forced to go to this really like committed style because of the map itself, because, you know, there's not too many bases to take and all that stuff on Neo Humanity. So I think it's something that he kind of had to whip out. But here on a larger map, I think MeomaikA is going to have a little bit more freedom.
By the way, I just want to say I'm very happy that MeomaikA's banner in game is a Hydra.
Oh.
It's very fitting. But we are now here on Ancient Sister, on this map pick of this blue Zerg player from Vietnam, representing Team Gosu. He's apparently a boss. It's the Elden Lord, MeomaikA.
He's lost his mind. I wish Asher was here. Because spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, getting 12 pulled on Ancient Cistern, by the way.
Yeah.
we have the South Korean Terran player representing Team ABYDOS, leading the series. It is Cure. The last thing you expect on this map. Oh my god.
I see. The thing is, like, I didn't want to say it, but when you said like, yeah, it's a big map, so maybe it will give Mio more space. I'm like, he's choosing. He's 100% he's choosing. Because like that's like the mind trick that Mio would pull. He would pick a big map just to rush.
Exactly. And so a couple of days ago, yesterday, Asher actually brought this up. He brought up the fact that MeomaikA has 12 pulled him on the ladder before. It's something that MeomaikA does do from time to time in this matchup. And there we have it. 8 Lings are on the way, a Queen as well. And yeah, this is something you just don't see much at all at the pro level.
I mean, you do see it at MeomaikA level.
True.
Which is an entirely separate level.
Which is
it's like next to the ladder.
It's arguably the highest level. It's arguably the
yeah. Because nobody can understand it, so clearly it's the highest level. Nobody has figured it out.
Exactly. We do see an SCV scan. The SCV is gonna come across 2 of these Lings, so now Cure is fully aware of the Lings coming his way. Does have that CC on the low ground, but it is not long for this world now that the Lings are here, and they're gonna be trying to go up this ramp, but the wall is a wall.
Yeah, the wall is prepared. There is a Marine, there is a Reaper and a Marine on the way as well, but this CC will have to be cancelled.
Yeah, exactly, and cancelling the CC is all that MeomaikA really wants. Cure doesn't want to cancel it, by the way. He pulls the boys, he wants to try and save him, but no, he is forced to cancel regardless.
Yeah, and he will lose a few SCVs for that as well. I'm not sure if that was worth it for Cure.
Misjudging the situation a little bit there. As a result, we have lost mining time. We have 2 SCVs going down, and that CC, that natural, is incredibly delayed.
Yeah, and MeomaikA just transitions from there, you know, drones up. Like this was really nice opening for Mio there. Like we were like, yeah, this is not gonna work, but he actually got quite a bit of damage.
Again, you know, these things are quite unorthodox. As a result, you know, MeomaikA's drone count isn't amazing, of course, as he tries to dip back in with his lane, but Cure does have some Marines to fend that off. And yeah, we'll see how Cure tries to recover from here, if he goes for a faster 3rd CC, or if he has something else in store for us.
Yeah, we'll see, and we will see together with a party of 139 from Colossal Goop who just raided us.
Yo, massive
so welcome everyone.
Massive shout out to Colossal Gulp. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you didn't smooch too hard. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support.
And a quick shout out to the raider from the channel, who is AsherBro. Huh? Wasn't watching us, was watching someone else. I see how it is.
Look, if there's a Terran smoging out there, Asher is there to support, okay? He's always there.
True.
He needs
Fair
to
enough.
be there. So good.
Yeah, you know, it's the Terran support group.
Exactly. As Cure is forced back by the Queen, and as the Reaper backs off from the natural, MeomaikA throws down a Roach Warren.
Okay. And just presses the Z button. Just all the Lings.
Oh yeah, so he's going for a follow-up Roach timing. At the same time though, Cure actually responding in a very interesting manner. It looks like he's setting up for a Hellbat Marauder push.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, versus Roaches, this may be actually kind of good. I'm not sure about Lynx though, and it does look like there will be quite a few of them.
Yeah, exactly. We have seen Cure whip this out from time to time. There is that armory, by the way, for those Hellbats. Medevac is on the way as well, so this is going to hit like a truck. Roaches will help against those Hellions, but I do think that this is overall going to work a little bit better for Cure. We'll see how many Marauders he can bring out here in time for this, and we'll see if MeomaikA can scout this as well.
I mean, he scouted the Hellions, so at least he knows that part, but yeah, I feel like this really will come down to numbers, because this is a very interesting matchup, like to see the Roachling versus all the Hellions and Marauders.
Yeah, it's weird because we have basically committed pushes from both players. Like MeomaikA, he's
Yeah.
morphing in his Ravagers and he's going for a Massling Ravager. He stopped droning. Like, he's basically going all in. But against this army from Cure, we'll see how it really compares here, as there we go, the Marauders have revealed themselves.
Yeah, and the Hellbats are here as well, so the Zerglings won't be quite as effective, and there are only Ravagers here. All the Roaches are gone.
Yeah, the Ravagers are going to get focused down here. The Lings of MeomaikA cannot engage. They have to go for a counterattack instead. This is not good for Meo. The third base is going to be evacuated.
Yeah, on that note, the steam is only halfway done now, and there is a Link run by on the other side of the map, and the wall is not a wall. The Link will get right into the mineral line.
Wow, exactly. The third base is going to be going down. We do have some defensive Hellbats, though, and the Hellbats are going to be roasting up these Lings at the same time. Cure is not turning around. He wants to try and break the natural. Spine Crawler's on the way, but it's not done yet.
Yeah, it's not done. The Roaches are not quite there. There are only a few of them, so the Queens have to help out with this defense, and I'm not sure if Meo can really hold this.
Yeah, exactly. The Marauders just packed too much of a punch. The Spine Crawler does barely finish in time, and with the help of the Spine Crawler, MeomaikA is going to be able to defend across the map. Cure doesn't really have too much going on here, but he does save his CC.
Yeah, funnily enough, after these both attacks, the players are basically even on supply.
Yeah.
Like they just exchange punches.
I do want to favor Cure, though, because, again, MeomaikA did lose his third hatchery. Like, Cure's economic position is looking a little bit better than that of MeomaikA's. He still has this drop in the main base as well, just going to be a thorn in MeomaikA's side as it even gets another Overlord.
Yeah, definitely. Cure in a bit better situation over there, as MeomaikA does have to rebuild that third, and he still doesn't really have an army to contest with Cures.
Oh, he really does not. The drop is still going on, and can MeomaikA even expand? It looks like he eventually will. The Red Ravager is going to force this back, and things are going to settle down, and we're gonna just calm down for a moment and macro from here.
I mean, as you said, Nation Sister being a bit bigger map, so as you said, MeomaikA will have a little bit more breathing room to recuperate after all of this. But yeah, I wonder what's gonna come out of this, as he's actually marching across the map.
Yeah, he's just looking to contain his opponent. I don't think he really intends to break him. To be fair, there are no tanks because the factory production was obviously making Hellions. So because of that, MeomaikA can abuse this wall and he can pick off these depots. Ooh. Yeah, at the same time, we do have a Hellion drop into the main base. A lot of drones are going to be going down. Unfortunately, MeomaikA just doesn't have a lot to defend. Meanwhile, MeomaikA pushes into the natural. I don't think this is the right call to make, as he's going to be losing everything.
Yeah, the tanks on the high grounds, the Marines in the natural, he lost a lot of the army, and he did kill a few SCVs, but not much really, so yeah, I don't think the commitment really paid off for him.
Yeah, I think MeomaikA was maybe a little bit distracted by that drop, and as a result, the army just moved forward past the supply wall, and Cure was able to take a very good fight, and now he has the momentum. Now he's going across the map. He has his stim, he has combat shields, and he is going to be able to just take control of this third.
Yeah, the Zerglings will be trying to fend off this army, but there's only so much they can do, and once again, like, MeomaikA's army is just not big enough to contest with the Marines.
GG gets called. Cure will take game number 2 and the series 2-0.
So yeah, Asher, you wish you had that replay, huh?
GG, well played. A very chaotic game,
Yeah,
and there were really good moments for MeomaikA overall, but unfortunately his attention was split a little bit too much, and the Cure was able to overcome the craziness that is MeomaikA.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, like, it's kind of similar to the first game, where like the attacks from Meo most of the time were actually good, but there was no defense. So like, in the end, it didn't matter that he did a lot of damage because like his base was dead.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. pretty much. And it was also a shame that that of course Cure had some Hellbats to defend the Ling run by as well.
Mhm.
If there weren't any Hellbats offensively back at home, then I do see a world where maybe MeomaikA is able to overcome and overwhelm whatever was at home and do even more damage. But yeah, unfortunately the builds just didn't line up quite well for MeomaikA.
Yeah, quite unfortunate for me, but it was still nice to see him play. And with that, we will move on to the next one.
Yes, exactly. And we are hopping over to the land of the Americas as we are going to be seeing Mondo face off against Rocker.
Oh. Mondo, who we have seen on this channel before in a certain show match. If you remember.
Yeah, of course. We have been seeing a lot of Mondo recently, not just in that show match, but also in the ESL Open Cups and in KSL as well. So it's been great to see Mondo as a more active player. For those who are maybe unfamiliar with him, you can always check out our VODs. But Mondo is an up-and-coming semi-pro player in the Korean scene. You know, think of your Chance, think of Jinyo, think of Quanta. He's kind of cut from that same cloth. One of the few up-and-coming Korean Zergs.
Yeah, so it's definitely nice to see him being active and, like, you know, getting his place in this team, in this lineup. So he's being fielded for this match, and he will be taking on the American Protoss, who is Rocker.
Oh, exactly. He's going to be going up against the team captain of Team Gosu.
The captain himself.
Yes, he is the captain now. And I believe both games going to be on the Americas server.
Okay.
Oh boy, so...
Oh yeah, again, hello to everyone who has been raiding. Hello to Dark King, as I also see him lurking over there.
Oh, that King is here. Yeah, we are just going to be setting on up, and I do think that this is going to be a good opportunity for Team Gosu to come back in this series, and to put some points on the board for their team.
Yeah, definitely, and we will see if they can do it, as we are already getting into the lobby for Ancient Cistern.
Yeah, exactly. Just making sure that the players are ready to get into this and we can commence. Oh, and yeah, because Mondo is still an up-and-coming player, you know, he's not quite at the level of some of the other Korean Zergs like your Darks or like your Solars. This is going to be quite competitive. This is going to be very interesting and maybe a chance for Mondo to kind of shine and to show what he's made of.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that, and we will see what he can do. As the countdown is now counting down. There was a better phrase out there somewhere.
Hi. It's all good.
Am I a good replacement for Asher with how my sanity is dropping?
You are quite fluffy. I haven't changed your picture yet, but
you are quite fluffy.
Yes.
Thank you.
The people watching at home, you are Rufio for the time being. You are Rufus.
Look, I love Rufio, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the best cat. Don't tell other cats I said that. But anyway, we are now loaded into Ancient Cistern, and we are looking at the base of the green Protoss player, the captain of Team Gosu. Presenting the United States, it is Rocker.
All these Zergs they're animals. Because spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent, the Korean Zerg player on Ancient Cistern, going for a gas pool opener. That was a 14 pool, by the way. It's representing Team ABYDOS, Mondo.
Oh, even going for the gas streak as well. But it is being scouted by Rocker, and he did block the Natura just in case, so he has a good view on whatever is happening, and he should be able to prepare. And he is preparing with a forge.
So if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was at 1414. I didn't quite see when the gas specifically was taken, but the spawning pool was thrown down at 14 supply. So with this, we can see a lot of aggression from the side of Mondo. There we go. Link's speed is starting up immediately, and he does pull out of gas, so he can hit quite hard with this. Rocker, though, is looking to completely wall off.
Yeah, but okay. Okay, I want to see. I want to see if this works. I guess this should time just right that when the links arrive, the wall should be complete. But still, I find it an interesting response to go Forge and then Nexus when you know you are being cheesed.
Yeah, it's a really greedy response here, but I do think it's a good one. These things are going to get some nice surface area on this gateway, but the cannon behind this is already halfway done, and by the time it does finish, I don't know if these things can really do too much.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they may do quite a bit of damage at the building, but I don't think they will be able to get through, and without getting through, they can't really, do their task, so I guess Mondo's opening didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, it didn't really do too much. The only thing that you can argue about this opener is that it forces the tech to be delayed. This cyber core for Rocker is very late, but to supplement that, Rocker did go for a fast expand. He went for a Forge expand, Forge fast expand. Old school, Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I haven't seen it in a while. And, I mean, I guess also another thing is that he is completely walled off, so any kind of ground attack we'll have to either wait for a war priest or we'll have to be made on the other side of the wall. So that's also a bit of an inconvenient start for Rocker, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We can see the prioritization of a warp gate as well. So it looks like he is not going to be prioritizing tech and going for like a fast Stargate or anything like that. There we go. Adepts are going to be on the way. So this is not a bad opener at all here for Rocker. And you can see that showing that being showcased in the overall worker count. Like Mondo is pretty behind drone wise. So
we're being very robotic. I think we're back.
So yeah, because of that, Mondo, he just doesn't really have much of an economy to speak of. He's going to be rushing to drone up as best he can to recover from this position. Third base is on the way again, very late. So not a good start here for the Korean Zerg player. It's not all over by any means, but again, he is going to have to be just making sure he doesn't take any economic losses from these adepts that are going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, definitely. And these adepts are being slowly banked up at the natural base of Rocker. The Zerglings are going around checking what's going on here, but I don't think they will quite see the adepts.
I think Rocker was just about to set up a ninja base, by the way. There's no reason to throw down a pylon there, as
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocker is going into an interesting location here with this proxy pylon is set up at the same time. Rocker is going to be moving out with the adepts. One of them gets surrounded. Rocker, a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, very nice surrounder for Mondo, cutting out one of these adepts. I mean, one adept is not a lot, but it's still a bit less on the force of Rocker. And he's still waiting for the glaives.
Oh, he is still waiting for those glaives. It is on the way. This is all scouted, by the way, by Mondo. He does slip into the main base. He sees the additional gateway. He sees the Twilight Council researching, so he knows about the 3-gate glaive adepts. What's odd about this is that we also have +1 involved, and oh boy, do you see it?
Yep. I mean, no, I don't.
Oh,
it's cloaked.
Never mind. So a Dark Shrine is on the way, and with that proxy pylon, Rocker can warp in across the map. This is gonna get really interesting, as Mondo is gonna be cutting drones here. Cut drones for a little bit as he throws down a defensive Roach Warren and is flooding across the map with these Lings. Ooh.
Yeah, these Lings will actually be able to cancel this base, most likely. So that is a nice bit of damage. Oh, actually surrounding the adepts as well, but now he sees that the glaives are out and Mondo has to consolidate his forces.
He really does. Again, Rocker was caught out of position. This is the danger of trying to expand with your third without really having a Stargate or any oracles to support your army. Your adepts need to be here back at home. And upon being forced to cancel that third, Rocker throws down 3 more gates.
Yeah, and the attack will be coming soon. Some roaches are now joining in, so they should be able to deal a bit better with these adepts. And actually, the army of Rocker may be killed right here.
Yeah,
Oh, right here.
exactly. We see the full surround. Every single adept is going to be going down here. Great trades for Mondo overall. No shield battery to support. And it looks like Rocker may be forced to cancel once again, as he is not going for a warp in back at home. He warps in across the map instead. Oh.
Yeah, he will try to get some damage. Oh, even defensive DTs are being worked in as well. So now Mondo should be aware that they are there. But is their defense at home?
Immediately, we have 2 Overseers being morphed in for Mondo. They're not ready yet, but they are on the way. The Adepts are here. They have +1, but the Adepts are being cleaned up by these Queens.
Yeah, the Queens with the help of drones, actually. So a bit of a citizen's arrest over there, but the Dark Templars are still lurking around.
Yeah, but because they were forced to reveal themselves, these DTs, their timing is not they're not really going to be able to hit any kind of timing. There's plenty of detection all over the place. Mondo is safe and sound on his side of the map, as he's slowly going to be taking a 4th base. He's going to be looking to try and saturate it as well. Both players are trying to calm down, and Rocker is desperately trying to get this 3rd up. He's forced to cancel it twice. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the first time he put it in a weird location, so I guess...
Regardless, it is finally on the way. This time with some cannons, with some shield batteries. He should be able to get it up and running. And again, worker-wise, Rocker has been able to continue to produce probes and have a pretty good worker count overall. He just needs to mine at some point.
Yeah, I mean... Wait, I just realized he cannot transfer these probes from the natural to the 3rd base because of the wall.
He's going to have to recall.
Yeah, he's gonna have to recall them. So he has to wait for the Nexus.
I'm pretty sure he's going to end up recalling towards his 3rd base, as he is heavily oversaturated at his natural, desperately wanting to try and get this base up and running. Meanwhile, we see ground toss coming out from Rocker. You know, we've got Immortals on the way, +2 as well. His upgrades are very fast, all things considered, because of the fast forge. And yeah, he's going to have a pretty robust army if he can get there.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a matter of time now for, like, Mondo has to get something going, because otherwise this Protoss army may just get a bit too strong for him.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get there. Again, it's going to be very ground-oriented with your Archons, your Immortals, your Stalkers as well. Mondo is looking to push out. He has nicely droned up to 75, a very respectable drone count. And at this point, he is going for Ling, Bane, Roach, Ravager. Baneling speed and +1 is still a ways off, so a bit of an anti-timing here. Regardless, Mondo is pushing in.
Ooh, the Immortal actually has to open the wall because it cannot get out, and the Ravagers will help him with that. But now the army is here, and I mean, it's mostly Stalkers.
Yeah, it is mostly Stalkers. We have 2 Immortals, but they're not taking part in the fight. They're stuck on the other side of the wall. Regardless, Mondo is being forced back. Rocker has plenty to force back Mondo's army. And Mondo isn't droning, by the way. He's not taking a 5th base. He's looking to max out here on the Ling Bane Roach Ravager.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. It sounds like not a bad idea to do so right now, as the army is still outside of the wall and the Immortals are still dancing in the natural, but it looks like they broke out and they should be able to join the fight.
They should be able to, as we do have an overcharge being forced here by Rocker at the 3rd base. Nice blink so far, able to avoid every single one of those biles, but at the same time, ooh, it looks like there was a bit of a bailing run by, and Rocker did lose his mineral line.
Yeah, that runby was waiting at the north side of the map for a while now, and finally Mondo found the right moment to roll right in, and 19 probes did fall down.
Ooh, exactly, and now the economy of Rocker is going to be limping along here. Sorry, the economy of Rocker. Mondo is just looking to just remax, keep on going, and is going for a 2nd wave.
Yeah, but Rocker is prepared right there on the ramp, and I don't think he can quite break this position right now.
You see Mondo going for a bit of a different angle, once again looking to max out here. We're really lacking splash damage, whether it's Disruptors, whether it's Colossi. Storm is on the horizon, but it's still halfway done, and it's not going to be ready for this attack. Boy, and here we go. 26 more Lings on the way. We do see another run by on the left-hand side. Rocker trying desperately to expand and take a 4th base. At the same time, in comes Mondo. The Banelings do crash into the Immortals and will take down 2 of them. Ooh.
Yeah, they will, and the Zerg army is actually dealing with all of the Immortals, so now this is just Stalkers versus this Link Ravager army.
Yeah, exactly. +3 is going to be denied. Storm just now finishes. We do have a couple of High Templar in the back line, but again, High Templar Storm is not really what we want against this Roach Ravager army. Lings are getting into the mineral line. Bailings once again rolling in from behind.
Yeah, once again, Mondo uses the occasion, almost killing the High Templars as well, but at the very least, all of the probes are falling down, and GG is called.
GG gets called, and despite the weird opener, it looks like Mondo is going to be able to take the first game. A really weird opener, by the way.
I mean, was the opener weird, or was it just that the together with the reaction, it just became awkward?
That was... going for a gas first the way that he did was crazy. Yeah, unfortunately, despite I do think that the openers did favor Rocker. Despite that, he did have a really hard time expanding, eventually taking a third base. His Glaive Adepts never really did anything either. If you do recall, he was never able to really get any economic damage done or even maintain a presence on the map.
Yeah, like a few times his adepts actually got sniped on the other side of the map or even in the middle of the map, and there was only like one time when they actually reached the Zerg base, and by that point like Zerg was already well prepared for them. So that Glaive opening really didn't do much for Rocker.
It really did not, and yeah, now we are going to be following things up with game number 2. It is going to be Rocker's map pick, and he does pick Gresvan.
Indeed he does, and we are about to be loading into that game.
Soon.
Just waiting for everyone to be ready.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking a small break here, as one of our players does need to use the restroom, so we're going to be waiting a little bit. But yeah, until then, we'll see if Rocker can make this happen. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on Rocker right now because MeomaikA wasn't able to take a game off of Cure, and I do think that Mondo is definitely someone within Rocker's skill range, just having some unfortunate moments there in game 1.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I do think they are quite close there, and Rocker could take that game. I mean, as we saw, the beginning of the game like worked quite in his favor. Like he held the early aggression quite well, but it just didn't. I don't know. I don't say he didn't capitalize on it, but like the later transition just didn't work for him.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't quite work out. It was just a very chaotic game overall. And that also goes to, kind of leads into Rocker's playstyle as well. He is a very unorthodox player and has that kind of reputation on the North American server, on the North American ladder. So, yeah, it just leads into just an interesting series.
Definitely so, and we are now gonna see where this series will go as we are loaded into our next map, the second map of our best of 2. It is Gresvan, and we are looking at the blue Zerg player, the Korean Zerg player. Representing ABYDOS, it is Mondo.
Doing it again.
Yeah.
Look.
It almost worked last time.
It's actually the exact same opener. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent. We have the American Protoss player, the team captain of Team Gosu. It is Rocker. NA Protoss embodied, but maybe he's met his match as Mondo once again goes for a 14-14 opener. And once again, it is going to get scouted by Rocker.
Maybe this is just his Protoss build.
I hope not.
He just opens like this versus Protoss every time, and then we go from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's very possible. Before this, we have mainly been casting Mondo against Terran players, not so much against Protoss, so it's very possible that this is his go-to. He does pull out of gas at 100. We have link speed on the way. Links are being produced, but because Rocker has eyes on this, he's responding once again with a Forge expand.
Yeah, so I guess we are getting exactly the same strategies from both sides, but we will see if they work better on this map and, with the knowledge they have from the previous game.
Yeah, we'll see here as the links are going to be delayed. They're actually forced to waste a little bit of time here on this probe. So again, this is going to give more time for Rocker to finish his wall, to finish up his cannon. The thing about Gressvan is that the entry into the natural is very large. As you can see here, it takes quite a lot of buildings to actually fully wall off. So because of that, Protoss have to invest a little bit more to finish up that wall.
I will say that is a very interesting wall with the pylon right there, but at the same time, there's not that much surface area, I guess, and with the cannon already finished, I don't think these links can really do anything there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, again, I feel like this response was fine for Rocker last game. Like, it wasn't. It's just, yeah. It's fine. I mean, he had a really strong economic lead from it. So there we go. Cybercore is on the way. Natural's done. He's going to be able to make more probes. And Rocker did slip out a probe.
I'll be honest, I don't know what I think about putting the core right there, because now to open this wall, he will have to destroy a gateway.
Yeah, a gateway is going to have to go down in the end. As Rocker, again, does have a probe out here just for scouting information. I think this is really important as well, because for all he knows, Mondo may go for a 2-base all-in, and that is what's going to be happening. He pulled back into gas. We have a baneling nest.
So I guess slightly different than last time, because last time we saw more roaches, and this time we're going more into banelings. But Rocker is also switching things up, and this time we have a Stargate.
Well, I mean, Mondo is going straight up for a Bane Bust. He's straight up just making nothing but lings right now. We have the Baneling Nest on the way. He's going to be morphing Banelings on the front lines. He's looking to end the game, and Rocker has no idea.
I mean, to be fair, this wall does look quite bustable, huh?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the pylon, I mean...
That's the fourth.
Yeah. I mean, there's a third pylon behind this.
I don't think the pylon will help. I don't think the pylon will help you there.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. The Banelings are being morphed in. The Stargate is on the way, but all the production is here on the low ground. It is susceptible to being depowered. We have a Void Ray coming out, which I think is not too bad. But more Zealots are not what you want against this, and he's already working down his own wall.
But can he actually exit? Is that like...
Yeah, there's a
can
space.
He actually sleep a unit?
There's a space between the...
Oh, there is a space. Okay, there is like one space. Okay. So he's gonna open it for the link.
Yeah, the pylon is gonna be going down. The wall is soon not gonna be a wall. There's no shield battery. There is no overcharge. The lings are flooding on in, and this may just be it. Zealots, again, are not really what you want against this. The Banelings are trying to run past. Up.
I mean, there is the Void Ray, but I don't think he's able to kill off all of this link bait fast enough.
I mean, the Banelings try to go for the mineral line, but they all get picked off. But these pylons are all going to go down, and it's going to depower everything.
Yeah, no production for Rocker anymore, and the probes will start falling down. He is doing some nice micro there, trying to save as many as he can, but he is losing one after another.
Yeah, exactly. Behind this, Mondo is droning, by the way. He's going to be taking his economic lead. Only 3 lings remain, but one of them is going to morph into a Baneling in the main base. And, yeah, I mean, technically, Rocker does hold.
So basically what you're saying is, he's alive, but is he leaving?
Yeah, I do think that Mondo was a little bit overzealous with his Banelings. I do think that those Banelings could have been used a little bit more effectively, just focusing down the pylons first, so to allow the lings to do a little bit more damage later on. So as a result, Rocker is going full Protoss. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. All of it. Yeah. The Stargates, the Fleet Beacon, everything. Also, he replaced that pylon in the wall, in the exactly same spot.
Oh yeah. I mean, now we have a full wall off once again here for Rocker. We have +1 air attack. We have double Stargate and the Fleet Beacon. Looking at the vision of Mondo, he hasn't really been able to see much at all. And this is a way to come back here for Rocker.
Yeah, I mean, Mondo has also lost his entire army, so he will spend a bit of time replacing it, and he's actually going into roaches next. So Rocker has quite a bit of time to build up his army.
Yeah, right now, basically, it's all going to come down to Mondo's scouting. He needs to realize what's going on, that it isn't just two Void Rays, that there is a bigger commitment into Skytoss. He has plenty of Queens to defend. Like, these Void Rays shouldn't do too much damage. They're going to make Mondo's life difficult when it comes to taking a 4th base. But again, Mondo, he needs to figure out sooner rather than later that carriers are on the way.
Yeah, it's straight to carriers, and they are already halfway done. And I don't think Mondo has any idea, like any inkling that it may be that's what it may be. So there is no anti-air other than the queens.
Yeah, like we're spending resources on these roaches right now, and this is not an effective use of the minerals or the gas for Mondo. You know, taking up into Lair and going for hydras or going for a Spire is kind of what we want instead. He's going to be going for a bit of a roach queen push. He's waddling across the map. This is dangerous because of these queens won't be able to transfuse each other if they get caught out.
Yeah, and he's walking the queens like across the map, so it will take them a while. And if they get caught up by the army, like this is really risky for Mondo. But hey, maybe he can just catch Rocker in time.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, these Void Rays are going to show up, and there's not going to be anything that shoots up back at home. Carriers are here, but you know what? We don't have that many carriers, and because the carrier count is low, maybe Mondo can still make this work. Maybe the Queen DPS is going to be enough to kill all the interceptors.
Yeah, the queens are slowly arriving at the destination, and the roaches will be working on this wall. Yeah, I don't think the carriers can kill the links quite fast enough. Ooh, even eating some bars.
Yeah, the bars are going to be connecting. We only have 2 carriers here. I think a 3rd is on the way. Tempests are being produced, but the queens have arrived, and oh my god, it looks like Rocker just doesn't have enough. He has a bunch of side defense at his 3rd base, but none of it is going to help here at the natural.
Yeah, and I think the Void Rays are actually coming back home to defend, so the entire fight will be focused in the base on Rocker. And I mean, he is slowly killing off this Zerg army. It's mostly the queens with the link support, but I mean, this is still quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is a lot of damage. Probes are finally going down. Earlier, Mondo had a pretty decent worker lead, but now that is no longer to be the case. Lings are slipping into the main base as well, and there's nothing to stop them from killing these probes.
Yeah, at the same time though, if Mondo does lose these queens, like that will be it. He doesn't really have any other forces there. But he is doing a lot of damage to Rocker.
Yeah, he is, as 21 probes go down. Basically, every worker in the natural and the main base of Rocker has fallen. There's no way to really engage those queens, and Rocker is basically on 1 base economy at this point.
Mondo is going for a Spire now. This is where he's like, you know what? Maybe I do need some anti-air.
Maybe he does need to shoot up here. As the queens are finally going to get cleaned up here. They can be focused down by these carriers. Finally, that is to be the case, but it's just a little bit too late. Rocker lost far too many workers, and on top of that, he lost his cyber core. He can't get into his upgrades. He lost one of his stargates. Ay.
Yeah, definitely not a great situation for Rocker, but he's not quite dead yet. He did manage to take a 4th base while all of this was happening. He doesn't have many probes to saturate it, but I mean, he can still find a way.
I mean, the reality is that Mondo, if he just sends his lings across the map, like, they're just gonna kill everything.
Yeah.
Again. Like, the
question is, will he?
Yeah. There's only cannons at the 3rd base, and here we go. The lings are showing up at the 4th. They do finally get eyes on it. Meanwhile, the carriers are going for a bit of a counterattack, and they could deal damage, but the carriers are forced to be recalled.
Yeah, not all of them. One of them just left there behind in the middle of the map, and he will be able to deal with his links, but he's losing more probes, so yeah, definitely does not look too good for him.
It really does not. And from here, Mondo just has to tech up to the Spire, which he has been able to do. We just need some Corruptors, and we should be good. It's gonna take a long time for Rocker to really get a substantial number of carriers or Tempests. Like, I don't think he's gonna be able to buy enough time to make that happen.
I don't think so either, and the Corruptors are already popping out of these eggs. So there should be some decent anti-air to deal with all of this. Rocker is actually getting a Templar Archives as well.
Okay. Yeah, but Templar Archives on the way. I mean, it makes sense. Archons are the perfect unit to support carriers, especially against a mass corruptor-based army. So Archons can make wonders happen, can make miracles happen. But before that happens, Mondo looks like he wants to try to hunt some of these Skytoss units down.
Yeah, definitely makes sense as they are moving a lot around the map, so you may be able to snipe a few, and he finds all these carriers here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, no shield batteries. No shield batteries to support. One carrier goes down. The second carrier goes down as well. He will not get the third as we do have the overcharge to support. Actually, he's trying to power his way through.
We did get quite a lot of damage on it, and like, now all these air units have to be hiding at the well fortified base, and this cybernetics call is in danger again.
It is in danger, but the life of Rocker is in danger as every unit is going to be going down here. There are zealots on the ground, to be fair, but everything in the sky is falling.
Yeah, I mean, he does have an Archon now to deal with these Corruptors, but his air army is already gone, so now, I mean, what Mondo has to do is to get these roaches across the map, and I think he can take this.
Yeah, like he should be able to do so. We'll see if maybe as Mondo actually gets pretty heavily supply blocked. He's got 6 overlords on the way to try and break out of that. The Corruptors are trying to find a little bit more damage. They are going to be able to caustic spray down some of these Stargates. Can they get them in time? It looks like maybe one.
Oh. Yeah, they're getting one of the Stargates, which is quite nice actually. And I mean, there are quite a few Void Rays still that were not killed off by these Corruptors, but the air army was definitely thinned out quite a bit.
Yeah, it definitely was. We lost a lot of Corruptors trying to kill that one Stargate. I don't think it was really worth it, but we have plenty of roaches where that came from. This 4th base is under threat. There's no shield batteries, there's no stack defensive support, and this is going to be the final fight of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Archons are holding quite well, but all the Zealots are gone, all the High Templars are gone, and the Void Rays are gonna be able to deal with the Corruptors, but do we have anything against the roaches?
That's the thing, because 21 probes just went down. The Archons, as you said, are actually performing quite well overall, and we are running out of Corruptors, so this Void Ray will eventually force all this back, but he's just losing so much in the process.
Yeah, and I think at this point it's just a numbers game as Mondo keeps reinforcing this army, and I don't think Rocker can remake it quite fast enough.
Yeah, exactly. As the 4th base has been broken, Rocker trying desperately to warp in a couple more units. He has 2 more Archons on the way. He's pumping out 2 Void Rays at a time to hold on to his 3rd. And, you know, he is like slowly, like, you know, he's pushing the army back every single time, but he's always losing a little bit every time as well.
Yeah, and it definitely takes him a lot more to remake this army than for Mondo. As this Roach army should be able to deal with all of these Archons, even getting some buys on the Void Rays, and I think we'll be seeing a GG soon.
Yeah, I think so as well, as a couple more Corruptors are trickling in to clean up those Void Rays. The Roaches are looking to break into the natural, and if they break into the natural, they gain access to the main, and they'll be able to gain access to the production as well. Rocker fighting his heart out because this is his last game here for this best of 2. He didn't want to go down like this, but yeah, after that Bane bust, it was a bit of a rough road to recovery going into this Skytoss style and getting hit when he did.
I mean, it almost worked out too, right? But in the end, Mondo just found just the right time to hit with his army, and it turns out it seems like it was enough.
Yeah, it does seem
as we say that more Void Rays popping up.
Yeah, more Void Rays are popping out, and Rocker's gonna be able to clean this up, of course. He's got a base, but GG gets called as Mondo takes the series 2-0.
Yes. And with that is 4-0 for ABYDOS, actually. Which means that they will be moving on in this qualifier. But the last match will be played regardless.
Ooh, it will be played regardless, and just letting letting Steadfast know that, of course, the last match is still going to be played, and the last map here in this best of 2, the starting map at least, is going to be on Dragon Scales.
Yeah, and I would say a bit of a surprising player to see there in the lineup, as we see that ABYDOS has actually fielded SOS.
Oh, let's go, Poppy. That's why I was excited. SOS is making his return to competitive play. Oh boy, and this is gonna get wild because we have one of the more aggressive Protoss players in all of South Korea going up against Reaper, the craziest Zerg player on the North American ladder.
I mean, I'm sure you can find someone crazier over there.
Or maybe Reaper and MeomaikA, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that title is very contested over there.
I should say Reaper, the most aggressive Zerg player in all of the Americas, and oh boy, yeah, we'll see how he can perform here against SOS as we are trying to get this lobby going.
This is because you said that. This is where they play the most standard game you have ever seen, and it takes like half an hour to finish too.
That's not gonna happen. That's
no, because you said it. Like, you know how it is. Because you said it, it's not gonna be a fast game. It's not gonna be chaotic. It's just gonna be very standard, very slow.
I believe in Reaper. I believe, especially because because the score is already set in stone, and because ABYDOS is confirmed to win this series, it does mean that these players they have a lot less pressure on them, so they can have a little bit more fun.
Fair enough. Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind, that because the score does not matter for the result of the match anymore. Like you can try some weirder builds out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and that's what we should be expecting to see as we're getting ready for our next game. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure Roddy went on a break after that game, and he may not realize that we have some more games to play.
No, he should, right? Because he was casting the Basilisk matches, and they also went 6-0, right? I think he was casting the Basilisk series, so he should know that's the format.
Here we go. And yeah, we'll see how this all turns out here. We are, of course, getting our lobby ready. Looks like our casters have all shown up. Beautiful. We are just waiting for our lovely returning player, SOS, to show up as well.
Okay. I am really curious how SOS plays now, because I know he's been streaming lately, but I haven't really been able to watch him play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, SOS is an interesting one. It's an interesting one just because from what I heard, he actually didn't go to the military. He just retired.
Yeah, from what I heard, he just was like, you know what, I'm retiring, and he just left, and now he's back. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna play again. It's like, okay, SOS, you do your SOS.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because typically he basically pulled a Parting, because I don't know if you remember, Parting retired also for a while, and then came back, and then still has to do his military service, so it got kind of weird. I think a lot of people just assumed that it was done.
I think he is in military right now, right? Parting is.
I think so.
Mean.
I say I think so because I'm pretty sure he's been streaming.
No, I think
he's been laddering recently.
Yeah, I think he may be finishing soon, actually. I'm not sure.
Oh boy.
I don't know if he's in military though, because I don't know if you saw. He posted a video on Twitter because of some Stormgate stuff that he got.
Yeah.
And I think he's wearing like a uniform, but it does not look like a military. It looks more like a police uniform.
Yeah, maybe.
And I know that there are like different versions of service that you can do.
Yeah. Maybe he's a part of like the military police or just like the public service in general. So
Yeah.
Like
I think Tasia was part of like some kind of police-related force.
Yeah, he was. So yeah, it's cool to see more of Parting around. It's great to see SOS make his return as well. Oh, and we'll see how his return looks, because I myself haven't been able to see much of his games. I don't really know what kind of form SOS is in at the moment.
Okay, everybody is ready. The casters are ready. The players are ready. And I hope you are ready to witness what we are gonna experience in this game between SOS and Reaper.
I'm ready for nonsense, mate. I want things to go wild.
I mean, you know that I always want that. Like, I love crazy games. Like, the more chaotic, the better. But something tells me that it's not gonna be it because we're so hyped.
Nah, I believe. I'm curious, when was the last time we casted SOS? I actually want to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. I'm pretty sure we casted him.
Okay.
Remember when Fear Dragon subbed out for Katowice? I'm pretty sure we casted SOS.
Yeah.
As well.
I mean, that's probably. It might have been the only time. Who knows? But anyway, it is time to witness the greatness of one of the crazy minds of StarCraft. As we are looking at the base of this orange Protoss from Korea, representing ABYDOS, it is SOS. Also known as $O.
And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, going for the 12 pool. We have his opponent, the American Zerg player, representing Team Gosu, the cheesiest Zerg player in all of America. It is Reaper.
Once again, I don't feel like I can confidently say that anybody is the cheesiest player on America, because I feel like there's just a lot of contestants there.
I don't think so. You know, no regret. He's retired. Who else is in America? Scarlet isn't that cheesy? She's in Canada as well, by the way. Silky's retired.
Yeah, I mean, if you go specifically by United States.
Yeah, exactly. He is.
Yeah, sure.
No one else. He is the cheese one. As he's even going across the map here with his drone to try and make sure that the wall is not a wall. The drones are being pulled as well. Reaper looking to make sure that the opening is going to stay an opening.
It's like, hey, SOS, have you missed StarCraft 2? Welcome back.
SOS trying to wall off here, but the drones have shown up, and it looks like the wall will never be a wall. And SOS has to accept his fate. There we go. We're going to see some boy-on-boy action. Some workers on workers.
Oh boy. Yeah, the drones are arriving. The Zealot is here to save the day, but I mean, this is still a lot of drones that will be fighting the probes, and we will just see who emerges victorious as these Zergis are starting to munch on the probes.
Oh, exactly. A lot of probes of SOS are going down. The drone drilling from Reaper is just a little bit too good. This Zealot is fighting its heart out. Is trying to reduce the surface area, but everything here for SOS is going to be going down. He does get a second Zealot, though.
Yeah, he does, but this first Zealot will fall down to the drones. There is a Zergling fighting the Zealot, and the Zealot is in the middle of nowhere, so it can be surrounded. But who's winning?
I mean, SOS is down to 9 workers, but so is Reaper. The Zealot does go down. Reaper is going back home to continue mining.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, actually. I mean, the Adept will finish this aggression. I don't like the indecisiveness of Reaper. I think he should have just went for the pros, and this one Adept will actually be able to deal with this army.
Yeah, there we go. The Adepts are too much. GG gets called, and SOS will take game 1. Oh.
Oh boy. Well, that's a good start.
Oh my god. There we go. GG. And this is what I expected out of this series. Hyper aggression from either one of these players. Game number 2 is going to be taking place on Gresvan.
So, do you think this is where SOS is like, you know what, I can do this too, and he just cannon rushes?
I don't think it's a good idea to cannon rush someone who goes for an early pool. It depends on the pool timing, to be fair.
So what then? Proxy Stargate?
Yeah, why not? You know, do it for Roddy. Proxy Tempest.
Proxy Tempest. I've seen the chat for Proxy Tempest, for those who remember.
Those who remember, for those who remember. But yeah, we'll see what the players decide to whip out here as we are getting into our next game. Oh. Our final game of the series. And I was checking, the last time we casted SOS was actually in the very beginning, actually very end of 2020. Very end of 2020.
Oh.
It was in the DreamHack Last Chance qualifier for Korea.
Ah, okay.
So 2 years ago, or actually more than 2 years ago.
Yes, yeah, at this point.
Oh boy. So yeah, here we go. We are going to be getting ready for our final game. Gresvan is the map of choice. Of course, it was Reaper's map pick because he was the loser of that game. We're loading on in.
Yeah. Countdown has started, and soon we'll find out what kind of build they are bringing this time.
Boy. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Let's go. The countdown is upon us. And, yeah, I mean, Reaper, he doesn't just have to 12 full, you know, he's got a lot of different early aggressive plays available to him. We'll see what he goes for.
We will see indeed, as we are now looking at the base of our Orange Protoss once again, who did take this game last time, and he is representing ABYDOS. It is none other than SOS.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner. Oh my god. Going for a 13-12, we have the American Terran player representing Team Gosu. It is Reaper.
Look, he has to keep up his reputation, okay? You did
Yes.
say that he was the cheesiest,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. Oh my god. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes here as SOS does go for a probe scout. He does confirm the timing of the gas, the timing of the spawning pool. He's fully aware of what is going on. And this is a pretty good build to whip out on Gresvan. We saw it in Rocker's series against Mondo, but it can be really awkward to wall off this ramp. Sorry, to wall off this this entryway into the natural.
Yeah, and SOS does not respond with Forge. He goes for a more standard wall instead.
Yeah,
And we will see how that works for him.
Yeah, he's going for a 2-gate opener. He has a secondary pylon behind this as well to make sure that everything stays powered, and he is going to be able to fully wall this off. I believe there is a gap, I think, between these two gateways, but the probe is going to be here to make sure that everything is fine. Well, the probe should stay there.
I mean, the probe is not gonna be here, but the Zealot should be.
Yeah, he's going to be chronoing out the Zealot behind this. Ooh, actually, we do have Link Speed, but not just Link Speed. A Roach Warren is thrown down behind this.
Yeah, so Reaper changing it up a bit, not going for the links this time, but going with roaches instead. I wonder if that was planned from the beginning, or if it's just because SOS did scout him, so he decided to switch it up a bit.
Yeah, I do like this because it's very uncommitted as an opener here from Reaper. He just trickles out 6 lings. He's looking to deny the scouting. Once the probe goes down, now he knows he's free to move out with these roaches and try to catch his opponent off guard. Of course, the roaches can be morphed into Ravagers as well, and they're a great way to bust through this and even get some damage done on the shield battery as well.
Yeah, the roaches will definitely have an easier time with the adepts than the Zerglings did, but we'll see how that works. For the time being, SOS is keeping all of his units at home.
Yeah, exactly, and I like that he even threw down his 3rd pylon here on the low ground. He's got a sentry on the way. Oh, he does move out with his adepts, trying to get some scouting information again. He doesn't know if a base has been taken, and meanwhile, Reaper is about to push in with his roaches and his lings.
Yeah, it looks like they will completely pass
Oh my
each other
God.
in the middle of the map, and we will see who will come out victorious about it. I mean, SOS did just fill that wall, and the adepts are on the other side of the map.
They are on the other side of the map. Their goal here is to just force the all-in and cripple the economy of Reaper, but the lings, or the reinforcing lings, it looks like they haven't spotted this. A couple of them are going down, though.
Yeah, the gateway will be going down. The wall is still being set. Oh, but the links are actually getting in.
Yeah, they're going to be trapping these sentries. The Biles connect on the sentries. They go down immediately without throwing down a single force field. We're out of energy on the shield battery, and we are breaking through.
Yeah, the adepts are coming back home to help out, but the damage has already been done, and
Pylons.
The matter is, like, can SOS salvage this?
Well, can he? He comes back home with those adepts. The warp gate just finishes up. He warps in two more stalkers, and the shield batteries are about to finish.
Yeah, with 3 shield batteries, it should be enough to hold this attack, but still quite a nice damage for Reaper.
Oh, the Biles once again do
Ooh,
connect on the stalkers. We are out of energy on the shield batteries, but we are also out of lings, and the Ravagers are being cleaned up.
Yeah, that was actually really some really nice bio shots for Reaper in this attack, and the attack is not stopping yet.
Yeah, it's not stopping, but it is being slowed down. SOS has held on to his natural. Reaper is forced to back off, and he is even starting drones. Oh.
Yeah, so I guess we will be moving on for the time being. And we just have to wait and see where they take this. I mean, SOS still didn't take a natural. Actually, I don't know if you can with that shield battery right over there.
The shield battery is kind of encroaching on the space here. Yeah, we'll see if the Nexus can actually fit. I actually don't think it can.
Yeah, I think it's actually too close. I'm not sure.
We'll see. We'll see. Once
I think he's checking too. I think he's checking it because like he keeps repositioning.
There we go.
Now he can. Okay,
yeah,
there you go.
It's all good. It's all good.
Look, it's actually the circles are on top of each other. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, the circles are on top of each other. They are touching tips. They're crossing tips, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, from here, Reaper's trying to recover economically, but it's almost impossible just because of how dedicated he was, how all in he was. Droning from this point is going to be a tough ask. Maybe not impossible, but just very difficult.
I mean, it was one base Protoss versus one base Zerg, and like it's definitely not an ideal situation for the Zerg. And now SOS is ready to move out to the other side of the map.
He's a really weird move out, by the way. He's moving out with 7 sentries.
Look. It's a good unit.
Really...
No, see, this is a revenge because Reaper killed off his first sentries, so now he's gonna kill him with sentries.
He's having fun. Here we go. He hallucinates the Colossus. He's pushing on forward here, asserting his dominance. What do we have at home to defend? Right now we have 1 Roach. We have a decent amount of Lings, but oh my god, the force fields.
The tickle beam. The Queen is barely taking any damage, but it will fall down. This is really a sentry army.
Yeah, it is.
That's what it is.
It's not a very good army. I don't know if I like this from SOS, but there we go. There's the recall.
It was funny.
At least he doesn't lose too much there. He keeps both stalkers alive.
I like how the shield battery actually started healing the hallucinated Colossus. That's an interesting interaction.
It's a Fear Dragon, a useless fun fact. Boy. Alright, well, Reaper from here actually is opting not to drone. It looks like he's just going for a follow-up push. You know, Lings, Ravagers, he's going for the second round.
Yeah, he may just be able to catch SOS as he's working on his tech. He's getting all the upgrades, he's getting Blink, but he doesn't have it yet, and his army is still mostly those sentries, so if Reaper can catch him off guard, it may just work for him.
Here we go, the Lings are trying to flood on in. We do have a force field, but 2 stalkers get caught on the wrong side of the wall.
Yeah, even with the help of the shield battery, the Lings were able to take them down, and the wall is being damaged.
Yeah, the gateway is going to be going down at the same time, though. We have 2 adepts across the map. 4 more drones do go down. Reaper, his economy, if it wasn't in shambles before it is now, it's just basically almost non-existent at this point. But he doesn't care. He's making more Lings. He's flooding across the map.
Yeah, I think this will be the final attack, whichever way it goes. And both players are just getting ready, getting set up. The Lings are trying to run in, but there are enough force fields to stop them.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? Another gateway goes down. Not too bad here. The Cybercore does get depowered. You see Reaper coming in once again, but the Nexus is done. We're even going to have an overcharge.
Yeah, there's so many shield batteries here. The SimCity is decent, and we have all these force fields. So with all the splits, I don't think the Lings are able to do any damage here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. There we go. The overcharge is for so many force fields to throw down. GG, well played, gets called, and SOS takes game 2 and the series.
Yeah, and we have a complete 6-0 for ABYDOS, actually.
GG, well played. The all kill is real. ABYDOS comes in as one of the favorites in the World Team League qualifiers. The ex-Club NV team is a force to be reckoned with, and yeah, they're able to have a dominant performance here against Team Gosu.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All of the games looked pretty good. I mean, we said it before, like Cure MeomaikA, like there were some good things that MeomaikA has done. The like Rocker versus Mondo could also work. Like those were some really crazy close series. But in the end, like I mean, the players from ABYDOS just were victorious.
Yeah, in the end, ABYDOS players are just a little bit too solid, and they do qualify for the WTL Code A, and they will be a part of that event. And if you are a fan of Team Gosu, if you're a fan of MeomaikA, Rocker, Reaper, Maples, they will be returning in a couple of days. They will be returning tomorrow, actually, to play out the lower bracket, as they have another chance to redeem themselves to qualify for Code A.
Yeah, like the qualifier for WTL has the double elimination system, but it's only a double elimination from a certain round. So the teams that are losing in these qualifying matches right now, they will be able to still redeem themselves in the lower bracket. So keep an eye on that.
Yes, so it looks like we have confirmation. It's going to be Team Gosu versus the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That's amazing. We're going to cast that 100%.
Oh my god.
Team Gosu versus the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and also Starlight Twinkle versus Little Fairy.
Oh yeah, Little Fairy. I want to say it's a new team, but I'm not sure if it's actually new or if it's one of these teams that just recently like signed a lot of players.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Little Fairy at all. I've never heard of them, but apparently they've been around for a while, and apparently Fighting Frog is on their team for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, like they recently, like for WTA, they got a few players as well.
Yeah, but like Fighting Frog is such a weird one, right? Like, he's the only foreigner on their team. That's the weird part. Yeah.
Maybe there's something we don't know. Okay.
That's what I mean. You know, I wonder what kind of connection they have.
This is how we find out that he actually speaks fluently Chinese.
Maybe he does. You know. Maybe he does.
He does.
So yes, we will have some more WTL matches tomorrow. But for the time being, we are done here today. Ending things a little bit early. You know, it's 2:50 a.m. It's not even 3.
It's early.
Yeah. Wow. Look, it was a lot worse yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. But yeah, I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves overall. A really dynamic series that we had. A lot of really entertaining games. Again, you know, it was a more one-sided series in favor of ABYDOS, but regardless, Team Gosu did put up a good fight. And I hope that they aren't too like disappointed with that result, because you know we got to go in back again tomorrow. You know, we got to keep going. We got to keep competing to try and get that last qualifying spot.
I feel like the score doesn't really do justice to this match, because a lot of these games could have gone either way. Like, it's not like it was this player is like completely favored and they had no chance. Like, no, like those were decently close games that really could have turned around.
100%. And I do kind of favor, you know, Team Gosu against some of these other teams that are remaining here. So I do think that a lot of these matches are going to be very close overall. And we will be here live on the CranKy Ducklings, bring you as much coverage as we can on the remaining WTL matches, not just here in the qualifiers, but also in Code A and also in Code S.
Yes. So if you enjoyed this broadcast, make sure to follow our channel, because there will be more WTL coming, as well as other tournaments. As we do cast weekly tournaments, we do cast the KSL, we do cast the ESL Open Cups, and soon, I think next week actually, we will be starting our own weeklies as well.
Yeah, we are going to be bringing back our own weekly tournaments featuring a lot of these lesser supported regions like the Americas, Latin America, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Oceania, Southeast Asia. If you're interested in some of these smaller regions, then consider supporting us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We have a Patreon that is set up for all of that, so yeah, consider supporting if you're interested in that and if you enjoy our content.
If you want to see players like MeomaikA and Reaper going completely crazy because they can, then that's the place to be.
Yeah, that is the place to be. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of these players on this channel throughout the rest of the year. So something to look forward to. Something definitely to look forward to. Meanwhile, again, I want to give a massive shout out to Asher. Asher joined me before, and he was casting alongside me in the first series. Of course, did have to go to bed. Couldn't stay up quite as late, but I always appreciate the effort, and thank you. Thank you to Asher.
Someone quickly redeem thanks, Asher.
And also, massive shout out to Kuro as well. Kuro wasn't initially kind of scheduled to cast today, kind of jumped in at the last moment to make sure that we didn't have to solo cast or anything like that. So thank you so much, Kuro, for joining me. And do you want to let the people know a little bit more about yourself and where they can find more of you?
So if you want to find more of me, then make sure to follow this channel because I will be working on a lot of stuff over here, as well as in our Discord. As once again, our tournament will be starting, so there will be a lot of work to do. But if you want to follow me personally, then make sure to check out Twitch TV at /16squadsanseki, as well as Twitter at 16squads, where I post about everything that I'm currently doing and share other news.
There you go.
What about you, Light?
You can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I will be streaming at some point tomorrow on my personal Twitch channel. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. we'll see, because it's been a pretty intense week, and I believe tomorrow we are gonna be casting Ascension Cup as well as WTL. So got quite a bit in store for us tomorrow. So I may not stream for my personal channel, but maybe on some of these other days. So if you're interested in watching me ladder some Zerg, then you can follow me there. Otherwise, if you are only interested in our casting and in our tournaments, then follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, we have our YouTube channel where all our VODs are uploaded, and we also have a Discord server where you can interact with us outside of just these tournament broadcasts. So yeah, you can follow us all there, you can join us.
And don't forget our Patreon to support our tournaments.
We have Patreon as well to support our tournaments. Our tournaments are going to be coming back soon, TM. I believe brackets are going to be posted in a couple of days, so yeah, some big stuff on the horizon here for the CranKy Ducklings. Big stuff.
I hope you guys are looking forward to that.
With that, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Again, we're going to be back tomorrow for the remainder of the WTL qualifier, and we're also going to be casting Ascension Cup as well, which is a European-based tournament before WTL. So yeah, a lot of StarCraft going to be ahead, and be a part of it. Be sure you're there. Kuro, do you have anything to say before we head off? Before we go?
Drink water.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.